Walk around the compound and we'll see some tigers, maybe squeak.
Ah yes, look as the female chews upon the carcass. She uses her teeth so wide, so strong. As she consumes the meat of the body. It is a thing of beauty, of power, of allure. It's the teeth. What am I doing? Oh. Hello, all you big cat lovers out there. It's me, Derek, again, and welcome to another super duper wonderful and exciting, kind of gloomy and rainy episode of the Walk Around the Compound webcast. Oh, we're going to talk a little bit more about weather, of course, because it's starting to rain and it's going to get a little bit more pronounced, and we're probably going to be seeing some wintry type weather taking place later on this evening going into early morning. Some of the reports are actually suggesting we might get a little bit of snow, but it's probably going to stay more to the west. But, you know, when you work outside like we do, you're beholden to the elements. You're beholden to what nature says. Whether it be the rain or the snow, daylight, 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 daylight. Oh, there are so many people who don't understand the importance of daylight. What you looking at, sweetie pie? Hi. Ooh, stretchy kitty. Hi, baby. Hi, Selena. But yeah, daylight, so important. You'll have folks that, you know, maybe they'll drop off a cow or a horse or something like that, and, you know, you got so many different things that you got to do. You got responsibilities that you got to take care of. You got squeaks that you have to let out. Isn't that right, Sugar Pie? Yeah. And, you know, yeah, they want to have conversations with you. And meanwhile, you're looking at the horizon, just like, looking at the sun. Okay, I'm going to be out here in the dark. This is not going to be pleasant. Hi, Ace. Hi, Mr. Man. Hi, bud. Oh, look at that, Skedio face. More Skedio face. We fed last night. Cleared out all of our heads. Because heads take up a lot of space. And, yeah. That's one of them. Danya's, investigating. Do a little bit of brain surgery. Hi. Oh, you got some Skedio face on your face there. Okay, go back to what you're doing. Go back to what you're doing. Yeah, heads take up tons of space in the freezer, and you know it's usually good practice to get rid of them. And boy, we did. Oh, someone's a little bit drooly. You're a little drooly. Yeah, let's get a close up of that. Hi, Mr. Beezer. Beezer Pants. Oh, the temperature's starting to get down a little bit more, and I'm wearing shorts. I know, when am I going to learn my lesson? I know. There's plenty of you out there who are probably just thinking, well, that's your own fault, Derek. And you're right, it is. Completely my own fault. Milo. Yeah, bird. Handsome. How you doing, buddy? I move my head back and forth like this. Okay. Didn't have the desired effect. Yeah. Yeah. So we are gonna head down to the lower, and I'm gonna say words because I'm looking for topics to. Oh, Slade. Heidi sincerely thinks Slade, or one of our new little Tiggies, actually has like ADHD. Like he's just with the way that, you know, he gets stimulated and how he gets really frustrated at certain times. And one thing you gotta also realize is that Heidi was she's actually a certified child therapist. So, you know, she can see numerous other instances of patterns regarding this type of thing than I could. And I was listening. I was listening to her when she was explaining like the different things that come that came to her conclusion that this is what she kind of thinks. But a lot of his restlessness, like, you know, like in the process of trying to discipline him, because believe it or not, when you're raising cubs, you do have to discipline them. You look like you've just been busy. You look like you've just been busy, Firebug. You got a big head yesterday? You usually only get like shoulders or smaller legs. You got a big head. That was really exciting, wasn't it? That's another thing about heads. I mean, they're big, you know, and not so much the heads, but the necks. The necks are they have tons of meat on them. So usually the heads are going to be reserved for your bigger boys, like you know, like a Flash or a Conopoli, a Solano Chompers are going to get a head, but basically like close to half of the cats, maybe not half, but like probably, yeah, like a third of all the big cats, the lions and the tigers, ended up getting heads. So that was just like a joyous, you know, hallelujah moment for a lot of them to see that big old thing come raining down from the heavens. Oh my goodness. But yeah. Because when you're raising cubs, you do have to teach them to a certain standard that, oh, this behavior is favorable and this behavior is not favorable. And you know, it's sometimes as simple as giving them a no, or you know, kind of removing them from a situation, or you know, different little things like that. And slowly over time they start to understand, like, oh yeah, that whole thing that I do when I bite, that's frowned upon. You know, they start to kind of get that sense. So what do you still think that I don't see you? I was like, I'm gonna stay still. He can't see me if I'm perfectly still. And you know, when you correct behavior, like, they get it, but Slade just doesn't, you know, he just doesn't get it. And he just wants to keep on provoking. He wants to just keep on, not provoking, but he just wants to keep on kind of pushing those little buttons, you know, with stuff. He's a turd. So she is adopting different strategies, like doing a lot more like timeouts with him, and when he's acting up, like sitting with him and like putting the stimulation down very low, like to a minimal level, and it seems to be having some good results. But yeah, that's kind of what's been happening. I wasn't gonna go and really see Flash because he was given the cranky pants looks. And this isn't because, you know, you feed heads, and then you like, a lot of cats are gonna not want to lock up at all. They're not gonna have that whole idea that locking up is a good thing. Like Chompers here, of course. If I were to go over there, he would probably give me the stink face. Let's see if he does, because he does have meat in there. He does have meat inside his house. Hey! No, he's just kind of looking. Oh, running out of time. Hold on. And we're back. No, he actually's... He's definitely, you know, being very, what's the word that I'm looking for? Can't think. Well, approachable at this point. You were being a little bit suspicious before. You were kind of giving the wide-eyed, like, suspicious, like, what are you doing? Well, right now, you know, you seem to have kind of taken a different direction. And see, a lot of times with meat and them and the cats, and getting them to go into a certain place or locking them up, like, it really is like a big out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. If you can kind of bamboozle them just enough, if you could get them to just like forget just for a second that they have their meat, because sometimes cats can be very motivated by their food and motivated by their meat, and they can be motivated towards aggression by their food or by their meat. But if you can just make them forget just for a little bit, then you can mitigate their actions, you can, or motivate their actions, and mitigate against, you know, any maybe negative behaviors that they might be exhibiting. All these little subtle things and patterns that you have to recognize and adopt when you're working with big cats. And of course, Cranky Pants Flash, always gonna be Mr. Cranky Pants. Hey. Yeah. Oh, did you slip? Oh, did you slip? Because the ground's kind of wet. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have laughed. I shouldn't have laughed. He was trying to be a tough guy. He was trying to be a tough guy, and then he slipped. And it got embarrassing. Oh. Well, let's just go and end it with Mr. Wally, because he's looking like he's wanting to have a little bit of loving. Hi, bud. No, I'm going to say hi to Noe first. I'm going to say hi to Noe. Hi, Noe. What? Hi, Noe. Hey, Sugar Pie. Yeah, that's a good girl. Wally. Oh. And he's gonna pee and scratch and pee and scratch and pee and scratch and pee and scratch. And what else is new with Mr. Wally? Boys, huh? Yeah, tell me about it. Alright, folks, I got a lot of things I gotta do, so I will talk at you later. Signing off. Bye-bye.